welcome. My apologies for the wait, but sometimes technology works and sometimes it doesn't. All right, if you're a returning viewer, listener, subscriber, welcome back, welcome back. If you're new to this space, welcome to the Voices in Education. All right, so just to let you know that it's raining there in China. But things are happening on the track, and in a little bit, we'll give you an update as to what is happening. All right, so it's the mix 4x4. All right, that's what's going on there in China. Again, welcome one, welcome all. If you're new to this space, again, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, listener, subscriber, welcome back. Voices in Education is a safe space where we share and learn from each other. So we do not bash anyone or belittle anyone. All right, so we keep it real and respectful. And while you're there in the chat, let us know where you're tuning from. And also let us know who you're supporting. And we also want you to hit that like button, that share button, and of course, that subscription button. Agro Valley Farm, I can see you there. Colleen, welcome, welcome back. Happy to have you here. Marcus, all right. Faye, all right, Carlene, welcome, welcome. All right, so happy to have you here with us. And Colleen has been keeping the chat updated. Thank you so much. All right, so it's the second heat, all right, that I believe that's about to happen right now. And in a little bit, I'll try to update you as best as I can. So, guys, we don't have rights to go on screen, right? And so we'll keep you posted, bringing you all the highlights and updates, and hopefully no drama given this wet track at the moment. All right, so again, welcome one, welcome all. In a little bit, we'll just try to explore to see what we can show you on screen, the context of the results, not video. All right, so it's heat 2, mix 4x100 relays. All right, so we'll definitely let you know what's happening in this one. So Jamaica is represented in this one for sure. Jamaica in 6, Britain in 7, and we'll just keep you posted. All right. All right, so good start here. Good start for Great Britain. Natasha Morris of Jamaica is there. All right, good changeovers on the first leg. All right, Jamaica is going well. So it's woman to men to man changeover now. Jamaica is leading this one. Jamaica and Great Britain, some batting issues here. But Jamaica and Great Britain, they're head to head. Jamaica and Great Britain, it's close. And perhaps Jamaica might have slowed down a bit here, but it was very close. And it looks like Jamaica 41-04 taking this one. So that's fantastic for Team Jamaica. No complaints this year so far, right? Uh, all right, so Jamaica there, Great Britain looks to be 41-05. All right, PR of China. So China looks to be 41-30. Germany 41-43. All right, so just to let you know that. And Avi, you're here with us. So I'm just going to give you the opportunity to come on in and say hello. Welcome, Avi.
Hello, and thank you for, having me here with you. Hello, guys. Thank you for being here with us. Continue to stick and stay here with us. A good performance there by the Jamaican, taking this one and getting that important cue beside their names there. A fairly decent run from them. Just a few little issues with the last changeover there. Wasn't as clean as you would want it to be, but I guess it was good enough for the Jamaicans. And Foster, who ran that final leg for the Jamaican, he slowed down at the end of the race there, but he did enough to hold on for that number one position for the Jamaican team here. So an interesting setup for this one with the two first legs run by the women, and then the last two by men. One person falling over there, but no damage done in terms of the race. But good run from Jamaica and Great Britain. The teams that you would probably get would do, their best there in this race. So yes, guys, thank you for being here with us. Remember to hit the like button, hit the subscription button. Make sure your post notification is on. Get a friend over and make sure that you're dropping some comments in the chat. And we can see the Jamaicans celebrating. We had Slowly Thomas and Natasha Morris, who for sure on the team here, and the Jamaicans, they are in good spirits here. So I'm going to come back over to my co-host in just a moment, but we have one more. So this is the second of three heats in the mixed 4x100 relay. So, really good to see the athletes out and, going through their rounds in not in best conditions, but, they did fairly well. So coming back over to you, my co-host.
All right, fantastic, 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 guys. So, Jamaica, they're doing Jamaican things, and we all know the story last time, but I feel that this time around, it's a better representation for Team Jamaica. All right, welcome one, welcome all. And I've been trying to just get the results on screen, but so far, no luck. We'll continue to keep trying. All right, so if you're here in the chat, all right, let us know. Guys, close the X, hit the thumbs up button. All right, I am barely seeing any likes on my end, and we know that that is definitely important. We're also asking you to hit that subscription button as well. All right, as we go to the final heat here in the context of the 4x100 meters mixed relay. All right, so again, welcome one, welcome also here, Team Australia. All right, in lane 8 there, in lane 7, the Netherlands. All right, so a very good team here. All right, so let us see. So it's the mixed 4x1 here. Lane 6, Canada. All right, Gabrielle Cole leading off there for Team Canada. All right, so is there anyone here from Australia, the Netherlands, Canada? Lane 5, Belgium. Nigeria, they're not there. So it's, I believe, just 4 teams that will go in this one. So Australia in lane 8, lane 7, Netherlands, lane 6, Canada, and Belgium next. All right, so we'll see what happens here in this one. Welcome one, welcome all. So happy to have you guys here with us. Please remember to hit that subscription button. All right, that like button. Let's get the likes going. And in a little bit, I'll be back in the chat. All right, so the athletes, they're on their mark. Who is going to take this one? Set, and they're off. Good start on a wet track. All right, so Australia there is pretty fast there. Exchanges are not so quick, but looks clean. All right, so female to men change over now. Australia here is going fantastic. So Australia, Canada is trying to come back in this one. Canada is running hard. Canada is going forward, and Canada takes this one. All right, so looks like Canada, then Australia, then Belgium. All right, so Canada there, Australia, then Belgium. Looks like 4090 for Canada, 4115 for Australia, Belgium 4124, Netherlands 4181. So quite not what we're expecting for the Netherlands, perhaps thinkable. I'm not too sure. I haven't heard her name since the season has started. So perhaps she's going to come back for something and maybe tomorrow, so we know how sometimes these countries, strategize in the context of these relays. All right. So, Ovi, there's a question there in the chat regarding the Jamaican team for the mixed relays. I'm not sure. Did you get the name of who anchored that one? And I'm just going to come over to you.
All right, I think Thomas anchored that one. I don't have the full name, but as soon as I get that for you, I'll definitely put it on. So yes, that's what happened. But in the third heat of this mixed relay, some good running from the Canadian men to recover that race. The Australians had a good start, and the Canada the final leg runner, the ankle leg runner, really did well there to separate himself from the group and ensure that the Canadian team qualified for this event. So really, really good performance there. Australia doing really well, taking that second place as well. And as you rightly shared, was expecting probably a better showing from the Netherlands team, but it wasn't to be here for them. So let's see what happens as things go on. But that's what we have here so far. So some good performances still coming in, not in the best condition as the track is wet, but the athletes, they're up and running and they're definitely putting on a good show here. So, guys, thank you for being here with us. Thank you for sticking and staying here with us. Remember, this is a safe space for us to share information about track and field. Let us know your thoughts, what events you're looking forward to, what athletes you're here supporting. Remember to also drop your flag in the chat, put the name of your country there as well. Please let us know if this is your first time here. Let us know what you're thinking of this channel. If you are a new subscriber, let us know in the chat as well so that we can give you a warm voices in education welcome. So please, we're asking you if you're here, you haven't hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button for us. And while you're at it, hit the subscription button, turn your post notification on and click on all as well. So just do that. And please invite a friend over so that we're able to continue to grow here. as we continue to provide updates on this one.
All right, fantastic. So, guys, I managed to find the results there. So, you'll see the Jamaican team there on screen in the context of the mixed relay. So, there we have Natasha Morrison, Crystal Stoley, Javari Thomas, Rashid Foster. All right, so just to let you know. All right, so it's the mixed 4x4 Heat 1, and Jamaica is in this one. All right, so Jamaica comes up in this one for sure. All right, so we'll be in the chat with you a little bit, and we know how this goes for Jamaica. All right, so definitely we're here paying attention and just to see what is happening. And then this was the final heat there on screen. All right, so Canada taking that one in 4090. All right, again on track right now. It's the mix 4x400. All right, and Uganda is in this one as well. All right, so we have Australia, we have Botswana. Is there anyone from Botswana? Italy, Kenya. All right. Jamaica is in this one. And again, welcome one, welcome all. If you're just tuning in, we are so, so happy to have you here with us. All right. So, two automatic spots here in the World Championships up for grabs. All right, so we'll see what happens here. Welcome one, welcome all. So the athletes there settling in their blocks and getting ready for the start. So this is the first heat. And it's quiet for the start. And they're off, so clean start there. So we'll definitely see what happens in this one as we keep you posted. Welcome one, welcome all. Please remember to hit the like button, the share button, and the subscription button. All right, so Kenya there. So let's see here what happens in the context of the stagger. So they change. So they're about to do their first changeover. So let us see what happens here. Jamaica not as quick there yet. So let's see. Belgium, Kenya, Botswana there. They're out. So let's see what happens in this one. Jamaica has some work to do here. So Belgium and Australia, they're there in the lead. Jamaica is perhaps around in the number 7 spot at this point. So Jamaica and Uganda there. So Botswana, they have faded, perhaps went out too hard in this one. All right, so Team Jamaica has a lot of work here to do. And I am not too sure in the context of this team selection here, but Team Jamaica is all the way in the back, guys. So Australia here has overtaken. Is it Belgium there? So Australia 1, Belgium 2, Kenya in the number 3 spot at the moment. All right, one more changeover to go in this one. And Team Jamaica is nowhere to be seen here. But let's see here. Let's see. Australia there. Final changeover. And Team Jamaica there having some issues collecting that button. So Australia there, Kenya is running hard in the number 3 spot. Will they get there? But Kenya is running pretty hard. It's Australia, Belgium. Australia seems to be fading as Belgium is closing in. Let us see here. It's exciting stuff here. Australia is trying to hold on for dear life. Belgium is going. Will Kenya get there? Belgium has moved into the lead. Australia is in second. Kenya seems they won't get there this time, but it's Belgium, Australia, Kenya. So Kenya will have to come back tomorrow. Likewise, some other teams, including Jamaica. All right, so we'll definitely see what happens tomorrow for sure. So it's Belgium, Australia, Kenya, Italy, Uganda, Jamaica finishing in the number 6 spot there. Again, welcome one, welcome all. So I'm just going to come over to you, Ovi, while I try to get those results on screen. All right, guys, in a little bit, I'll be in the chat. Over to you, Ovi.
All right, thank you so much. A good run here by the Belgium team. And, I must highlight I like the fact that Australia is up and running there too, doing really, really well, coming in for the second automatic spot there. So that's great for those teams. But Jamaica struggling here in this mixed 4x400. And as you say, they'll have to come back tomorrow and fix this. Jamaica not having the best time last year in this event, not in the event, but overall in the relay. And, what will happen here, they'll have to organize themselves for this race tomorrow again. But not to take anything away from the Belgium team, really good performance there and Australia doing really, really well. Thank you guys for being here with us. Thank you for sticking and staying. We really appreciate you being here. Continue to support your team in the chat. I'm seeing the South African flag there in the chat. Thank you guys for being here with us. Remember to hit the like button, hit the subscription button, turn your post notification on, and make sure that you invite a friend over. So it's the first one in the 4x400 relay. So that's what we have here. So thank you guys. Just it's Belgium will take that one ahead of Australia. Coming back over to you, my co-host.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much, Ovi. So, guys, I just got the results. So, we're just going to share on screen there. Thanks for your patience. Sometimes the technology work. Again, sometimes it doesn't. All right, so as you can see there, Belgium 3:11:83. All right, it's a world leading time there, and followed by Australia. All right, area record there. Then we'll see Kenya in the number 3 spot, season best, followed by Italy, and then Uganda. Then Jamaica. All right, so the team there, Demar Francis, Nisha Berger, Delana Kennedy, Kellyanne Beckford. All right, so in the all right, so heat number 2, they're on track and ready to go. So we'll just wait to see. All right, so again, welcome one, welcome all. Thanks for being here with us. And in the meantime, while we're waiting for the second heat, let me just go into the chat here. All right, guys. So let me just see here. I just need to refresh my chat here. So again, welcome one, welcome all. If you're here with us, we kindly ask that you hit the subscription button. All right, so let me see here. All right, and Colleen tuned in from Texas. Faye from the Bahamas. So, Faye, welcome, welcome. Sonia, George. All right. So, welcome, Jazette. All right. And audio. All right. We gave you the update there. Erman, welcome. Thank you so much for your kind words there. All right. Good job, Voices in Education. Keep it up. All right. And Colleen, as always, there keeping the chat updated. And I see Jamaica represented there. So, right now, in this one, we have Brazil. All right. In 9, in lane 8, Germany. In 7, the United States. Lane 6, Ireland. Lane 5, Poland. Then in lane 4, Switzerland. And then China. All right. In lane 3. All right. Welcome one, welcome all. And audio is saying that Ricardo from Sportsmax said, all right, it's embarrassing. Okay, get it there. I am not too sure, Colleen, but I know in terms of the jet lag there. All right, not too sure. Hermanus, welcome. And Colleen is asking about Janelle Broomfield. Well, I can't recall seeing Janelle's name on that list, so I'm not too sure. All right. All right. So again, welcome, Mia. Welcome. Welcome one. Welcome all. Come on, guys. I'm just seeing like 27 likes. Come on, let's get the likes up to 100. Close the X, hit the thumbs up button. All done. Welcome, welcome. Jamaica in the house. And guys, let's go. So can we get 10 quick likes and 10 quick subscriptions right now? All right. So let's keep going. 10 likes and 10 subscriptions. Let's go. Let's go. We can definitely do that. All right. So US, we should look out for in this one, and perhaps Poland. All right. So I am not too sure, Aldon. So I'll double check on that for you in a little bit. All right, but because we are ride and whistle on this side, it's just a little bit challenging, especially when the technology is, just giving us a little bit of challenge here to navigate. But we really appreciate your patience and we thank you so much for tuning in. All right, so again, of course, Team China getting a lot of support because they're right there in China. So it's wet there and not necessarily the best conditions. All right. So, again, welcome one, welcome all. So, they're off. All right. Clean start here in this second heat. USA, they have gotten a good start in lane 7, I believe. All right. So, welcome one, welcome all. As they go around the first bend here. All right. So they're passing on to the women now. So let us see here as the changes are made. All right, so looks like Team USA. Germany is there. USA is going around here quickly. So let us see. All right, so Switzerland. All right, so Poland is in the lead right now. So that's Poland. USA in second. Ireland is in the number 3 spot. 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 3 So let's see here. Poland, followed by Ireland, and that may be Adeleke of Ireland. I'm not too sure there, but and China is now in the number one spot. Is it? No, sorry, not China. Poland. And in the number two spot, we have the US. And in the number three spot, we have Ireland. Then followed by Germany, it appears. All right, so Poland is leading there, but USA has come back into the lead for this final changeover, I believe, here. So USA is now storming away. All right, so Poland, Germany is coming up in this one, but USA is some distance ahead in this one. So Team USA is going. So that's Herbie Jackson there, I believe, for Team USA. All right, so there's a fight for second and third spot here. Ireland is trying to move away in the number two spot, and Ireland is going to take that number two spot there. What a run! All right, so Team USA taking that one. Ireland in the number two spot, qualifying there as well. Poland in the number three spot. Germany in four. Switzerland in five. And then finishing there in the number six spot, China, followed by Brazil in seven. All right, one heat still to come as I hop over to you, Ovi.
All right, thank you so much. A good run there by the U.S. team. They did enough to take this one, recovered well in this one. But you know what I'm happy to see is how well Ireland did in this one. Ireland coming in the second spot there and ensuring that they have a qualifying spot in this one. So it's the 4x400 mixed relays here, and it's the U.S. team that takes this one in, really good run by those athletes there, putting it all together to come up with a win. And as I said before, the Ireland team did well too. Wasn't expecting them to be in that position, but they really came out and they competed really, really well. So those it's good to see those athletes coming out. And just remember, guys, it's not the best conditions to be running. The track is wet, but they know that they're going to come out and do their best, regardless of the circumstances, and they have been representing themselves well. I would love you guys to be representing yourself well in the chat as well. So drop your flag. Let us know where you're tuned in from. And also, guys, help us to get some likes. We're trying to get up to at least 100 likes. So if you're not liked yet, close the chat, hit that like button, hit the subscription button as well, and turn your post notification on to put it on all so that you don't miss out on any of these events that we're covering. So once we're on, then you'll get that notification and you will be able to join us. We really appreciate having your support here with us. Thank you for all who is here. All of you just continue to stick and stay with us. Coming back over to you.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much. So, guys, the results are not yet available on screen, but we'll definitely keep you posted as to when they're there. All right, so again, Team USA taking this one 3:11:37, and it's a world leading time. All right. So again, welcome one, welcome all. So happy to have you guys here with us. And let me see. No, Charlene, but welcome. And Colleen is saying 4x4 at the Carifta had more energy. And you're welcome, Aldian. All right, Aldan, you're so welcome. Not going to call those names. So that's why, guys, we want you to hit that like button, that subscription button, as we try our best to keep you posted. This is really moving quickly, but in a little bit, we'll try to open the WhatsApp line so that you can give us a call. I'm not sure if we have any break because the relays are going pretty quickly. All right. So again, welcome one, welcome all. I don't know. I asked for 10 likes, haven't gotten, well, and 10 subscriptions. So we're just going to check to see where we are in the context of the likes. All right. Remember that your like and, a subscription helps this channel. All right. And guys, come on, man. Come on, come on, come on. Hit that like button. Close the X, and can I get everybody on this live right now to hit that like button? Anne Marie, welcome back. Welcome back. So happy to have you here with us. So it appears here the final heat, all right, is getting ready in this mix 4x4. All right. So again, welcome one, welcome all. A wet track there in China. All right, so let's meet the teams here. All right, India in lane 9. Is there anyone here tuned in from India? In lane 8, Team Canada. All right, in lane 7, Great Britain. In lane 6, France. Bonjour, comment ça va? All right, in lane 5, South Africa. I know that there were some South African supporters there earlier in the chat. Lane 4, Spain. Hola a todos. All right, in lane 3, we have Sri Lanka. Wow, so that's fantastic to see Team Sri Lanka. When I think about Sri Lanka, I think cricket. So that is good here. So Team Sri Lanka here. And by the way, we talked about India last week when we were doing the Diamond League, all right, and stop there in China. And we shared that India, they are stepping up as it relates to track and field. It's not just cricket anymore, all right? So again, Sri Lanka, all right, is here right now. So that is good to see. And I know in a little bit when I hop over to Ovi might have something to say about Team Sri Lanka here. So I'll wait for that, Ovi. So in a little bit after this one, I'll definitely come over to you unless you want to take us through this one. All right, so we'll just wait here and then we'll up over to Ovi. All right, so this is the final heat in the mix 4x4. Welcome one, welcome all. So the athletes, they're about to get into their blocks. And I hope right now you're getting into some likes and subscriptions. All right, so come on, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscription button. Let us continue to grow stronger together. So they're on their marks. Set and off. So clean start here as the athletes here in the final heat of the 4x4. They go in order to get a qualifying spot. So let's see what happens here. All right, so as they go around the bend here, all right, so Canada, Great Britain. So let's see what happens here. Africa is there as well, but let's see with the change here. So let's see as they break here. All right, looks to be South Africa here in the lead. All right, so again, two automatic spots up for grab in Tokyo. All right, so Great Britain will hand over first here, South Africa in the number 2 spot. So let's see what happens here. So Great Britain, South Africa. Looks like, is this India? No, no, not India. So let's see here. Great Britain, they're hanging on in this one. Look at South Africa running now hard. South Africa is running hard and they're going to change over first here. So final leg, South Africa in the lead. So let us see here. Great Britain and South Africa here. Pretty much side by side here. But Great Britain is allowing South Africa to run hard here on the outside. So it's Great Britain and South Africa, but obviously South Africa is going to expend more energy here on the outside, and Great Britain is holding out South Africa. South Africa has faded into the number 2 spot. Great Britain from South Africa. Spain is coming for South Africa. Will South Africa hold on here? All right, so it is Great Britain. Then South Africa, and then Spain. So Spain will have to wait to see if that time is fast enough there, followed by France in the number 4 spot, then India in the number 5 spot, then Canada in 6. Not sure what happened with Team Canada there, followed by, I believe, Sri Lanka in 7. Not sure, did they finish? All right, so Avi, I'm just going to come over to you right now. Talk to us.
All right, thank you. A great run there by Great Britain. They really came out and represented. And you know what I realized is that the countries that are traditionally, known for doing well in athletics, they are coming through. And also on the other side, we can think about teams like Sri Lanka and India. We've seen India a few times, but Sri Lanka, it's the very first time I'm seeing the Sri Lankans, and it's so good to have them here. As you mentioned, cricket for sure in terms of Sri Lanka, but it's good to see them up and participating here. So I'm sure they'll continue to go from strength to strength. But for this event here, it's the it's the Great Britain team and South Africa with that team that takes the two qualifying spots from this one. Great Britain winning in 3 minutes 13:28, and that's good to see. So the teams, the big teams, the countries that are usually strong in athletics, they are coming through. Mainly, Jamaica didn't make it through in this one, but the other teams are representing well, in the likes of USA coming through, now Great Britain, and that. good to see. So, this continues to unfold very well, and I'm happy that we're not seeing any buttons falling. So that's also good. The conditions not the best, and that's great for the team. Guys, continue to hit the subscription button, hit the like button as well, turn your post notification on, and please remember to drop a comment in the chat. Coming back over to you, my co-host.
All right, fantastic, guys. So, guys, the results are coming in a little bit late in terms of on screen there, but we'll definitely continue to share with you. All right, so you will see the results on screen from the second heat. All right, so the final heat is not yet there. All right, so again, welcome one, welcome all. If you're just tuning in, welcome to the Voices in Education. Let us know where you're tuned in it from, where you're tuned in from, and please remember to give us a like and also hit that subscription button. Eric, I'm not sure, you'll have to figure that one out. All right, Trifina is tuned in from Liberia but cheering on Team Jamaica. All right, fantastic. So Team Jamaica all the way, whether good or bad. All right, and thanks there to Alden for keeping us updated in the chat. So again, welcome one, welcome all. So happy to have you guys here with us. All right, so again, we are so happy to have you here as we continue to keep you posted as to what is happening there in China. So, in the context of the mixed 4x4, all right, so the qualifiers, all right, USA, Belgium, Australia, Ireland, Poland, Great Britain, Kenya, and South Africa. All right, so I believe, I'm not sure if I'm missing out here. And then the next event, all right, 4x1s. All right, so the 4x1s are coming up. And, we should see some big Jamaican names if this should stand. But, guys, we are trying to get connected. I'm not sure. Ovi, are you all right? All right. So we'll just keep you posted here as to what is happening there in China. And as we wait for the 4x1s to get on its way, all right, we'll definitely will continue to keep you posted. All right, guys. So we'll just continue to keep you posted. So just quite a few things that we're checking on here. All right. So again, welcome one, welcome all. Let me just see if we can get some. All right. So the 4x1, I am seeing some athletes here on the track. All right, Shelly and Fraser Price is there in China. All right, so let's see if Jamaica comes up in this first. All right, heat here. All right, so again, welcome, welcome. Welcome one, welcome all. So happy to have you here with us. So not seeing Team Jamaica in this first one. And let's see here. I believe Team Jamaica, let's see. They're in the second heat. So perhaps I can share this screen and let us see here. So guys, we're just trying to keep you posted as to what's happening there. All right, so let's just try this. And let's see here. All right, so Belgium is in lane 9, France is in lane 8, as you can see there on screen. All right, Great Britain is in 7, Australia is in 6, Cote d'Ivoire is in 5, and I'm just going to check to see if Chile is in 4. All right, so again, Australia there in 6, Cote d'Ivoire in 5, and in 4 we have Chile. So hola a todos. All right, so the team Chile is there. Anis Hernandez, Maria Montt, all right, Isidora Eminez, and Antonia Ramirez. All right, so I believe about 6 teams here in the very first heat, and we'll definitely keep you posted as the athletes are getting settled in their blocks. Team Jamaica comes up in the second heat. All right, we see the Clayton twins, Shelly and Sharika. All right, so we'll definitely see what happens in that context. All right, welcome one, welcome all. So they're in the set position and off they go. Asha Phillip of Great Britain. All right, for sure there. All right, so let's see here. All right, Amy Hunt there with a good change. So Great Britain there, Belgium, Australia. So let's see here, final changeover. All right. France is finishing strong here. Great Britain. France, wow. So let us see. Was that Belgium? So Belgium, rather, finished very fast there, 42.80. Great Britain, all right, 42.92. Australia, all right, 43.15. France, all right, followed by Chile, then Cote d'Ivoire in 6. All right, so Belgium there. All right, so fantastic there. And then Great Britain. So, Ovi, I'm just going to come over to you.
All right, brilliant run there by Belgium coming from one of the outer lanes, probably lane 8 here, and a brilliant final leg by them. They're totally ecstatic about their performance, and why shouldn't they be? They have qualified here, and that's awesome. So they run a time of 42.80, just to beat the Great Britain team who ran 42.92 for second place, and in third place we had Australia 43.15. So that's what we have here. So a good run from the Belgian team. Left it late, but they did enough, and that's all you can, that's all you expect from these athletes. They're going to go out there and they're going to give their all. But a good race in general, and the teams will be happy that they qualified, and that's where most persons will put their hopes that they can get themselves qualified. So thank you for being here with us, and thank you Mindset for tuning in from London, and Pointer saying Jamaica for she's that person is supporting Jamaica for sure. Alden is asking, it's not raining, but we still have some puddles on the track. there. So, not the best conditions to be running in, but the athletes, they're doing well. Nobody's slipping and they are still putting in a lot of effort. So that's good to see there. So that's the situation there in China right now. And the situation now with us on this channel, we're asking you to close the chat, hit the like button, hit the subscription button if you have not done so. Turn your post notification on and put that on all so that you know whenever we are going live again. Continue to let us know who you're looking forward to seeing in this relay and also let us know where you're tuned in from. We really appreciate having you here with us. You being here makes this platform that more special. So thank you so much. Stick and stay with us. Coming back over to you, Mike.
Fantastic. So again, welcome one, welcome all. So happy to have you guys here with us. And on that note too, we'll be here tomorrow morning, all right, or perhaps evening, depending where you're tuned in from. All right, so we need about 50 more likes to get to 100. We can do it. So close the chat, hit that thumbs up button. And also, come on, guys, we want to get to 7K in the context of the subscriptions. So if you have not yet hit that subscription button, what are you waiting for? Come on, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscription button, as I can let you know that Team Jamaica comes up in this second heat. All right, so this is going to be fantastic. All right, so again, welcome one mindset. So happy to have you back here with us. Tuan, welcome. All right, again, welcome one, welcome all. Let's remember to, like, comment, share, subscribe. I can see Shelly and Fraser Price of Team Jamaica there. All right, so Shelly, game face on. All right, so Shelly and Fraser Price is in China. Oh my days. All right, so in the context of this lineup, let's go. In lane 9, we have China. All right. Then in lane 8, we have Poland. All right, so Poland comes up in lane 8. In lane 7, we have Spain. All right, so some big teams here. All right, followed by Germany in lane 6, as you can see on screen there. All right, in lane 5, we have Team Jamaica. All right, so lane 5 here, Team Jamaica. I guess a good lane to be. Team Jamaica, so Tina Clayton will start us off. Then next, Shelly and Fraser Price, followed by Tia Clayton, and then Sharika Jackson will anchor this one home. All right, then in lane 4, Liberia. All right, so we'll definitely see what happens here. And I guess prayers up for Team Jamaica to get this button around. All right. And I am really happy to see the athletes, like the senior athletes, stepping up for Team Jamaica in this 4x1. So remember last year we were talking about, Jamaica not taking the relay seriously. Kudos here to Team Jamaica. And of course, we get to see the GOAT, Shelly and Fraser Price, in this one. So the athletes, they're on their marks. So just settling there. All right. So Clayton there from Jamaica, that's Tina Clayton, is about to get this one started. Set. And they're off. My eyes are on Tina. All right. So we'll definitely see what happens. So Jamaica is there. And not the best of changes for Shelly-Ann, but Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price is storming down the track here. All right, so Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, so the Tia Clayton now. All right, so Tia, Spain, I believe, is on the outside there doing fantastic. So Jamaica is in second. So Spain is ahead of Jamaica here. Sherika Jackson has lots of work to do, and Sherika perhaps won't do it. And it's Spain taking that over Team Jamaica. All right, we weren't expecting that at all. But it is what it is. 42-18 for España. So hola a todos. And Wagwan 42-51 for Team Jamaica. Germany in the number 3 spot, but for sure Spain and Jamaica. All right, they have qualified here. All right, so we'll definitely see them in the final tomorrow, I believe. All right, so Germany is in the number 3 spot, followed by Poland in 4, China in 5, and perhaps Liberia there in 6. But I know perhaps, Ovi, you might have had a better vantage point than I did in this one, but it appears to me that there was just some not smooth button passes there for Team Jamaica. So I'll just come over to you right now, talk to us. And guys, hopefully we have gotten to 100 likes. All right, over to you, Ovi.
All right, thank you. So, not what we were expecting there in terms of the Jamaican team. The good thing is that they have qualified. So let us not move away from the positive. So it's that they have qualified, but I don't think that's their best race. And the other thing too, it's early in the season, and I'm not sure if these ladies are at their tip top form. So we have lots to bear in mind here, but a strong team put forward by Jamaica, and we could not, we could not say they didn't put forward a strong team based on names. But I'll pause there for Jamaica for just a moment, and I'll go over to Spain. What a run by the Spain team! They did really, really well, had some good exchanges, and they were ahead on the stagger, and they did not lose that advantage there. They ran really, really well, and good exchanges all around. And I'm telling you, it's a clear win for them. It's not anything that is close. It's a clear win of about 10 or so meters. Sharika had lots to do on that final leg, and it wasn't able to do that either. And maybe rightly not trying to push herself too hard there, knowing that she was in the second spot and a final coming up tomorrow. So brilliant run there by the Spain team. Just to mention too that we have seen a fall for the Chinese team on the final exchange, and they crashed out of that race there. Unfortunately, the conditions are not the best, and the athlete fell there, coming into that final exchange. But good to see how the athletes have performed, especially from Spain. Just coming back over to the Jamaican team, the first exchange between Tina and Shelly was the cleanest, and they weren't able to close down the Spain team. But all in all, they came out, they performed, and they qualified. So what this does do for tomorrow for the final, it's going to be even more interesting because the Jamaicans will go in under a bit of pressure, I would say. I'm coming back over to you, my co-host.
All right, fantastic, fantastic there. And I believe it's the final heat here. So let's just take a look at the teams in this one. All right, so it looks like Netherlands. All right, they're in lane 9 here. All right, followed by Switzerland in lane 8. All right, then Canada is in 7, as you can see on screen here. All right, then in 6, we should see Italy. Then in 5, Team USA, and USA here with TT Terry. All right, Mikea, all right, Kasia, Kayla White, all right. And then Portugal, we should see in lane 4. All right, so that's the lineup here in the final heat. All right, guys, we're not yet at 100 likes. All right, we do it for the love and we do it for the likes and the subscriptions and the shares. So come on, guys. Can we get 10 persons to hit the like button right now and 10 persons to hit that subscription button? And I see the comments there regarding Sharika on that final leg. And I really agree with, some of those points that Ovi made. It's early in the season. And when, for example, if you look at Team USA, you're not seeing a Shakari, and so it's very early. But, at least what I appreciate this time around is that we see some more in terms of seriousness in the context of the world relays being taken by Jamaica, and of course having the likes of Shelly and Sharika here for me is really great. All right, so the final heat here, athletes are on their marks. Set, and they're off here. No problem. So clean start there. All right, Canada is moving strong here. So let's see. USA, Canada, ahead of USA at the moment here. All right, Netherlands are there. So USA and Canada, let's see what happens here. TT Terry, not smooth there in terms of the change there, but TT Terry is going away. Canada is trying to come back here. And Netherlands there on the line. That's pretty close. So it is USA for sure. Looks like Canada in second. So they were able to take that. Then the Netherlands there in the number 3 spot. All right, they'll have to wait there. Italy in 4, followed by Portugal in the number 5 spot there. All right, so that was the final heat there. All right, so Team USA, they're not with the best of changes. All right, so I'm going to hop over to you, Ovi, for you to talk to us about this one.
All right, thank you. So Heat 3 USA taking this one, and as you said, not the best exchanges, for them, but they did enough between those changeovers to win this one comfortably. And TT Terry taking home, anchoring that one, carrying home the team US. So, good run from the US team. Canada with a late surge to brilliant run from the final leg to claim that second qualifying spot for the final and also for Tokyo, and Netherlands coming in number 3. So US winning in 42-86. Canada 43-11 for second place, and Netherlands 43-1-3 for the third place. So E3 of 3. But I have some important information to share here, and this might surprise you. So based on all three heats that was run just now, the fastest time is the Spain team that beat the Jamaica there. They are going to go in with the fastest time of 42-18. And guess what? Jamaica will go in with the second fastest time. So even though US won, their time was the greatest, and Belgium as well, they won the first heat. Their time isn't the greatest. So that's something that you need to bear in mind. So I'm going to come over to you, my co-host, and have your thoughts on that. So I think the final is going to be a really cracking race. And Spain, if they perform the way they did, they're going to be in reckoning for some of the medals there.
All right, fantastic. So again, I'm not sure, Ovi, if you're speaking about tomorrow's final or in Tokyo at the World Championships, but you know that these teams will look differently. So when you think about Team USA for sure, Jefferson, Shakari, if she's going to be there. So it's going to be a different look. And so again, but countries are ensuring that they're doing enough to be ready, all right, for to get there, to book their flight to Tokyo, we could say that. All right, so the men's 4 by 100 meters relay, all right, the heats, they'll come up based on the schedule that we're working with. All right, so in the first heat here, we should find, all right, so let's just get some confirmation here first for the qualifiers here in the context of the 4 by 100. So Spain there, as Ovi shared, Jamaica in the number two spot based on time. So 42-18 for Spain, 42-51 for Jamaica, then Belgium 42-80. All right, Team USA next in terms of qualifying, 42-86. Then Great Britain there, and let me just give you the qualifiers. All right, followed by Germany, Canada, and Netherlands. So, Netherlands, they're lucky to get that qualifying time. All right, now over to the men's 4 by 100. In lane 9, we'll find Poland. In lane 8, Ghana. Is there anyone tuned in from Ghana? In lane 7, we should find France. So France, they're in 7. In lane 6, Great Britain. All right. In lane 5, Colombia. Hola a todos. And then in 4, we should have here, yes, Team Korea. All right. So welcome one, welcome all. If you're just tuning in, thank you so much for being here with us. All right, so I don't know, perhaps Jamaica is in heat two. We could quickly check this out. So let's see. Okay, 4 heats for this one. So let's just quickly see here. So Team Jamaica comes up in the next heat. So not a long wait. So let's hop back over to heat 1 here. In 4, Korea. 5, Colombia. 6, Great Britain. 7, France. 8, Ghana. And in 9, Poland. All right, welcome one, welcome all as the athletes they settle into their blocks here to get ready for the start. All right, so let's wait for the start here. Set position and off they go. Clean start here. All right, so it's the 4 by 1, Great Britain. All right, they seem to be going well, but sloppy change there. But still, Great Britain, I'll say. So Great Britain there, still going well. Great Britain. All right, so let's see here. So Great Britain, France looks to be in second, but let's see here. All right, so looks like Poland there getting the number 2 spot. So Great Britain 38-18, Poland 38-43, followed by Ghana. All right, then in the number 4 spot, Korea. Then in 5, France. And in 6 there, Colombia. So, Ovi, I'm going to come over to you quickly there. Talk to us.
Another good race here coming through. The Great Britain team expected to win. You know, I had them down to win this one. Not the best exchanges, but they got the button around, and that's what you want in a race like this. So they have their queue beside them, their names, and you know, Poland in the season last taking the second qualified spot there, and that's a good performance from them as well. And credit must be given to the Ghanaian who ran that final leg. They were out of contention on that last exchange, but a good anchor leg run there by the Ghanaian athlete, and they were able to come into the third position there. So it is Great Britain winning this one in 38-18, followed by Poland 38-43, and then Ghana in third position in 38-49. So that's what we have here. That's the top three for this one, and it's Heat 1 done and dusted as we look forward to see how the other teams perform in this 4 by 100 meters male. So we're going to look forward to Heat 2, but if you're just joining us, it's Great Britain who has taken this one, followed by Poland, and they have automatically qualified for the final tomorrow. So that's what we have here. Guys, if you're here with us, remember to hit the like button, hit the subscription button, and also turn your post notification on. Continue to support us as we bond together here and support the athletes. We really crave your support and we enjoy bringing this to you. Show us some support by hitting the like button, hitting the subscription button. We really appreciate having you here with us. I'm going to come over to you, my co-host.
All right, fantastic. So, on that note, just to give a quick welcome to Novlet there and Michael in the chat. All right, thank you so much for being here with us. All right, so let us just quickly hop over to heat number 2. And this is where Team Jamaica comes up. All right, so Jamaica here in lane 7. Now I saw a comment there about Johan Blake, so let's see what happens. Rowan Watson, Julian Ford, Johan Blake, and Kishane Thompson. No, I don't really like this lineup, but and if this is the order, I don't really like the lineup. I can say that. But what I just want at this point is that they do enough to qualify for Tokyo. All right, so in lane 9, we have Belgium. All right, so lane 9 here, Team Belgium. So the athletes, they're on the track. In lane 8, Germany. All right, so we can't take anything away from these teams here. All right, so Germany in 8. All right, in lane 7, we have Jamaica. So Ron Watson, then Julian Ford, Johan Blake, and Kishane Thompson. No, I'm not too sure, but let's see what happens in this one. And if you were here last week, we talked about Kishane. All right. Then we have South Africa in lane 6. All right. So South Africa there in 6. All right. Is there anyone tuned in from South Africa? Are you still here? Next, we have Team Kenya. Are you still here? Team Kenya, are you here in the chat? All right. So Team Kenya. And look at that. Ferdinand Omaniala is representing there for Team Kenya in lane 4, Thailand. All right, so we have Thailand here in 4, followed by Chinese Taipei in lane 3. All right, so Chinese Taipei here in lane 3. All right, so this is going to be a fantastic one. All right, so again, in 9, Belgium, 8, Germany, 7, Jamaica, 6, South Africa, 5, Kenya, 4, Thailand, and then Chinese Taipei there in lane 3. All right, so we'll definitely see what happens in this one for sure. All right, so guys, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride, the run. All right. So you want to ensure that you're well buckled for this one because at this point, I do not know what to expect, but fingers crossed, prayers up. Let's go. Team Jamaica all day, every day. All right. So they're off. All right. So let us see here. Ron Watson going there. All right. And Jamaica, they're just having a little bit of challenge with that changeover from Watson to Ford, I guess. So Jamaica and South Africa there. So Julian Ford hands over to Blake, and Blake stops. Oh my word, guys. I have no words. Oh my God. So Jamaica, oh my God. All right. They have another chance, I believe, at this. All right, so Akani Simbini there showing up and showing off for Team South Africa. So South Africa there winning this one, 37-84. So I am just going to try to keep calm here. Kenya, because we have other countries here, of course. Kenya looks to be in the number 2 spot. So it's a real leading time for Team South Africa. All right, sorry, it looks to be Germany who is getting that number 2 spot here. All right. And then Kenya in the number 3 spot there, followed by Chinese Taipei in the number 4 spot. Thailand in 5, and Kishane is lost for words. And Kishane is just looking so disappointed. He didn't even get the opportunity to even feel the button. As soon as Johan Blake got that baton, it was over there for Team Jamaica. And I hope that Johan Blake is okay. And I'm trying not to comment on this for sure. All right. So in 5, Thailand, in 6, Belgium, and of course Jamaica did not finish. So just looking here at fourth, and Blake is walking. So what happened here? So it's been described as a Jamaican disaster. So we're just trying to figure out here, and I know Ovi's looking. So just looking here, guys. So Blake moved off. So it's the button. So Blake just could not hold on to the button. And perhaps he went outside the exchange zone. But for experienced athletes, that is just But you know what, Ovi? Let me come over to you while I look in the chat to see what's happening there.
All right, a great run here by the South Africans. I'll just leave the elephant in the room for last. So South Africa taking this one in 37-84. Indeed, they are taking them home nicely. Germany taking the second qualifying spot there in 38-33, and Kenya coming in the third position, 38-35. And, good run there by all of those teams. So let's get back to Jamaica, and let me just give you a little bit of what I saw in this one. So, we had Rohan Watson starting off, and they handed over to Julian Ford. Watson had a fairly decent first leg, I would say. The exchange to Ford wasn't the best, but wasn't the worst either. I would say an average change over, and Ford was down the back stretch, and the handover to Blake. That's where the challenge comes in. So you can, based on the replays, you can definitely see they can definitely see that Ford came in, he said reach, Blake's hand went up, and then he started searching for the baton. So the technique is that once you're receiving the baton, keep your hand as still as possible and allow the incoming runner to put that baton in the hand. But Blake's hand was moving a lot and wasn't able to latch on to the baton, and that's what happened. The baton fell, and Jamaica wasn't able to complete that race. So disappointment there for the Jamaicans, and hopefully they'll be able to make it tomorrow when they come back for this one. Back over to you.
Fantastic. Thanks for that update because I did not even realize that the button fell, guys. And so because, disappointment. So in that context. So here, let's now go to the next heat. And in lane 9, we have Denmark. All right, in 8, we have Netherlands. In 7, we have Japan. In 6, we have Australia. Look at lane 5, Team Canada. All right, this is Team Canada winning team. Aaron Brown, Jerome Blake, Brendan Rodney, Andre DeGrasse there on the anchor leg. In lane 4, we have Switzerland. So for sure, looking out for Team Canada in this one. But the thing is, they have to get that button around, and I see the comments there in the chat regarding Blake in the chat. So thanks for keeping the chat, going. But let's keep the comments respectful. All right. So I am definitely seeing the comments. All right. So audio, we see you there. Mindset, 2-1. All right. Faye. All right. Fillmore. All right. Definitely see you. Colleen and Trevina. All right. So tomorrow again for Jamaica. Absolutely. So off here with the next heat. All right. So this is heat number 3. All right, and this one is going, and all right, so as this one continues here, as we get connected back, it's Japan here in the lead, surprisingly. All right, so Japan was storming there, but looks like Andre DeGrasse is trying to come. But it's Japan taking this one. All right, so Japan over Team Canada. Looks like 37-84. We're leading Canada with a qualifying, but had to settle for the number 2 spot. 38-15, followed by the Netherlands. 38-0. Then Australia there in 4, followed by, it appears to be Switzerland in 5, then Denmark in 6. All right, so I'm not too sure what happened there, but Sonny Brown was on Team Japan, and I know that he is a very good competitor. Was it Sonny? Yeah, Sonny Brown. Yeah, okay. He started that one for Team Japan for sure, but Team Canada definitely, booking their spot there. So, Avi, I'm just going to come over to you quickly.
All right, another good run there by the Japanese. They really came out and executed a good race. Some good exchanges there, and that has reflected in the time. We're leading to 37-84. Canada and the team there coming through trumps again to make sure that they get that cue for the Canadians. So making sure that they're qualified for the final. And you know, DeGrasse did really well on that last leg there just to ensure that they would finish in that second place. Netherlands coming through in third place for 38-20. Another good run by the athletes here. Coming back over to you.
All right, fantastic, fantastic. So, guys, let's get the likes up to 100. Come on, man. I believe we're about 29 away. All right, so give us the 100 plus brata. I don't know why I keep asking you guys to hit the like button. Come on, hit the like button. All right, so again, welcome one, welcome all, and please remember to hit that subscription button. Given the quick turnover in the context of the relays, all right, we're going to just open the phone line closer to the end there, so we'll take a few quick calls. But in the context, let me just say, if you guys know us here, we don't bash or belittle anyone. But at some point, you just have to state what it is. And, I'm disappointed, and it's okay to share that. And we look forward to seeing Team Jamaica showing up tomorrow. And hopefully, they'll book their flight to Tokyo. I mean, this is the 4x1. We're not even talking about 4x4. This is the 4x1. So, I mean, my disappointment, I was just speechless. But then, I had to focus on the other teams, countries in the race, because it's only fair to do that, right? And so, quickly had to put away those feelings to ensure that we are giving you the updates just the same. All right, so we'll see what happens tomorrow, and we'll be here for that. All right, but we are hoping for good things in that context. All right, so the final heat in the men's 4x100 meter relays. All right, we should see here in lane 9 Brazil. All right, in lane 8 Italy. All right, in lane 7 USA. All right, and for Team USA, we have Lindsay. All right, Kenny, Kyrie, and Brandon here. All right, in lane 6, China. In lane 5, Botswana. All right, and not seeing any Tobago here. All right, and in lane 4, we have Spain. And in lane number 3, we have Paraguay. So, hola a todos. All right, so we'll see. Hopefully, all the countries are reporting for the start, and we'll confirm that in a little bit. All right, so USA is there for sure. China is obviously there. All right, and China is ready, getting lots of support there for sure from their country, China. All right, and let's see here in lane 5, Botswana. So let's see here. And Botswana, they're the next host of the World Relays. That's what we're being updated here. Spain is there for sure in 4. And let's just wait to confirm. And Paraguay is also there. All right. So again, welcome one, welcome all. So happy to have you guys here. Please remember to hit the like button, the share button, and of course the subscription button as we continue to grow stronger together. Guys, come on, guys. We can we get to that 7K mark on this live? That would be fantastic. All right, we can do it if you're hitting that subscription button, and we can also, all right, get to that 100 mark in the context of the likes if you just hit that like button. All right, close the X in the chat there and just hit that thumbs up button. All right, so the athletes are on their marks, set, and off. So clean start here. All right, so USA there, let's see. They're the favorites in this one. All right, so Brazil here, then USA. USA now taking control of this one. So Brazil on the outside, China, Italy, USA with a poor move there. And I'm not sure, could be a DQ for USA, but let's see what happens. It's USA. And I know that all right, Brandon slowed really. So let's see. So USA getting that one, Italy in second. All right, China there in the number 3 spot, followed by Brazil. Then Botswana, Paraguay, then Spain. All right, so it's USA here. I think they're good. All right, so we're not getting any updates regarding any DQs at this point. So, Ovi, I am just going to hop over to you.
All right, thank you. And a good run there by the US team, 37-86. And I was a little bit scared of that final handover there. I'm not surprised if this is, investigated, but the outgoing runner for US, he left seemed to have started off too early, and hopefully for their sake he was able to stay inside the box. But they are credited with the time 37-86. Italy, they came in second with 38-16, and China, they came in third, 38-30. So, good to see that, some teams are getting through as it relates to the final, and that's always good to see. But a strong race from the US team. They could have done a lot better if that final exchange was a clean one, and they might have lowered the world lead in time. But they have done what is required, and that's the goal, guys. You're setting out there to get qualified for the final and Tokyo, and I think that is the most important thing, getting that button around and getting in the number one or number two spot. So let's see what happens with with things going on tomorrow in terms of the 4x100. That's going to be really interesting tomorrow. But US is making it through alongside Italy. Coming back over to you.
All right, fantastic. So thank you so much there, Ovi. So we're waiting for the qualifiers, but I guess, we know that Jamaica will not be in that, but hopefully tomorrow they can get a spot. All right, they can book a spot there All right, for Tokyo, again, welcome one, welcome all. Please remember to hit the like button, the share button, and of course, the subscription button as we continue to grow stronger together. All right, so again, welcome one, welcome all. All right, so let's just look here. All right, so the next event that we should see on the track should be the 4 by 400 meters relay for women and then for men. All right. And let us just try to see if we can get that information on screen for you there. All right. So, again, welcome one, welcome all. So happy to have you guys here with us. And let us just continue to grow stronger together. All right, so in this one, we have Australia in 9, each one, France in 8, USA in 7, Norway in 6, Canada in 5, Zambia in 4, and China in lane 3 there. All right, so again, welcome one, welcome all. So happy to have you guys here with us. Please remember to hit the like button, the share button, and of course, the subscription button as we continue to grow stronger together. All right, so again, welcome one, welcome all. So the first two of each heat, all right, plus the two fastest time qualified to World Athletics Championships and World Athletics Relays final. So the final tomorrow and the first two of each heat plus the two fastest times. So the big Qs and then the two small Qs. All right, they will qualify for the World Championships in Tokyo. So just to let you know that. And of course, there are some prizes to grab tomorrow in the finals. All right. So, again, in this first heat here, Australia in 9, France in 8. So that's how they'll start out. USA in 7, Norway in 6, Canada in 5, Zambia in 4, and China in lane 3. All right. Welcome one, welcome all. So happy to have you guys here with us. So the athletes, they're on their marks. Set and off they go. So it's a 4 by 4, and we'll definitely see what happens. All right, in this context here. All right, so USA, they're looking strong, and we'll definitely keep an eye on this one. So let's see here. So Australia, France, Norway, that's the order that I have here. So we'll see what happens here as they break. And it looks to be raining again there. So the athletes, doing this in rain. So kudos to all the athletes. So USA, France, Australia. All right, so we'll definitely see what happens here. So USA. All right, Norway here finishing strongly as they go to that exchange here. So USA, Norway, France. So USA They have extended their lead as the rain is pouring. All right, Canada is trying to come. They understand that they need to be in at least the top two here. All right, so welcome one, welcome all. So they come around the bend for the final leg here. Peoples of USA, there is strong and moving on. So USA, they hand over first here. So it's USA, then Canada. So layer there for USA. All right, so USA, Canada, France. All right, we'll see what happens. And USA, the gap there is closing. So let's see if Canada will go. But look at Norway. So let's see here what will happen. So USA is holding on strong here. So France moving here. Canada has faded. So USA get there. France in second. My word. Norway in the number 3 spot, and Canada, who was there strong in second, faded into the number 4 spot, followed by Australia in 5, China in 6, and Zambia there in 7. But I can tell you, it's raining cats and dogs there in China. All right, so over to you, Ovi.
Yeah, really wet conditions. The athletes they're wet after this race. A real strong shower coming down here, and the U.S. team still pulling through despite the circumstances. So U.S. taking this one in 3 minutes 26:05 ahead of France, who take the other qualifying spot in 3 minutes 26:46, and we have Norway coming in the third position. So not the best conditions for the athletes to run, but they came out and executed, and that's good. They seem pretty healthy after the race as well, and that's all we want for them to go out there, do their best, and continue to progress. I'm going to pass back over to you, but just before doing that, I'm going to encourage all the persons who are here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscription button, hit the thumbs up button to give us a like, drop a comment in the chat. We really look forward for your support. Back over to you.
All right, fantastic, guys. I believe we're over 200 strong and we're not yet at 100 likes. Come on, what are you waiting for? Come on, man, bank on it. Let's put 1 million likes and subscriptions on it. Yes, right here. And please remember to let us know where you're tuned in from. All right, so Joseph Parchment. All right, I see you there in the comment. Audio is still here. All right, and Colleen, I see you there. And let's just continue to keep it real and respectful. Caribbean, welcome. All right, and Mindset. All right, Lisa Roberts, welcome. So I see the chat is there. And, I, from my perspective, in the context of Blake, and this is not about blaming, I I am disappointed, but it's not over. They have tomorrow. And I think he was just leaving. He was shaking. He was not positioned, like he was just shifting his hand. And so I didn't even recognize if Ovi did not share because I just moved to the other athletes in the race. I didn't recognize that the button fell. So, and I feel that at this point, Jamaica just needs to get it right. I was nervous from I saw the lineup of that team. And if you guys were listening, I was nervous, but I was just saying a little prior. But it is what it is. So they just need to dust themselves off and go tomorrow to get one of those cues, and they may not get a good lane in Tokyo, but it is what it is. So, it's 4-by-1. We want to see Jamaica there. All right, so back to heat number 2 here in the 4-by-4. All right, in 9, we have Brazil here. In 8, Italy. In 7, Spain. In 6, Belgium. In 5, Great Britain. In 4, Switzerland. In lane 3 here, Botswana. All right, so we'll definitely see. So apparently Jamaica comes up in the next heat. All right, so let's just quickly see here. We want to see. So there we go. Jamaica, Jodine Williams, Renisha McGregor, Kellyanne Beckford, and Rhonda White. All right, so that's the team there for Jamaica. All right, so let's go back here to heat number 2 because this is the current heat. So the athletes, they're on the track there and just getting ready for the start. All right, so we'll keep you posted. All right, so we'll see what happens in this one for sure. And let me just see in the chat here. Cheryl, welcome. All right, for sure. We just need to hope for the best. All right, and absolutely disappointed and definitely can understand. So we have Cheryl Smith and Cheryl Robinson. All right, so welcome. Yes, Misha, they'll have a chance tomorrow to run. So we'll see what happens. All right. So that's how it works. So they'll get one more opportunity tomorrow to see if they're able to make it in. All right. Yes, that's the 4-by-4 and also the 4-by-1. All right. So again, welcome one, welcome all. And the athletes just settling in their blocks. All right, so Lisa there shared, I guess, the newest subscriber, and we're so happy to have you here with us. All right, fantastic. So welcome to one of our newest subscribers, Lisa, to the Voices in Education family. So off here, clean start here on a very wet track. So we'll see here. All right, so again, welcome one, welcome all. So Great Britain here. All right, so let's see here. Brazil is there on the outside, having a fantastic run there. All right, so Spain going well. So Brazil and let's see, Brazil, Spain there with the first exchange, I guess, then Brazil. All right, so Spain right now, then Belgium it appears, then Brazil. That is changing. All right, so Spain, Belgium, then Brazil. So Great Britain has faded and they're trying to come back in this one. So Great Britain, they have some work to do here. All right, so it's Spain, Italy, Belgium. That's the order right now. So Spain, they're going to hand over first, I believe. Then Italy in second. So Spain, Italy, Belgium, Brazil, Great Britain, Botswana. All right. So, welcome one, welcome all. If you're just tuning in, all right. So, it's Spain here with Daniela, I believe, here. So, Spain, Italy, Great Britain now, they're back in the number three spot. Belgium, but they have a lot of work to do if they're going to get into that at least number two spot as they go on to that final change here. So the team Spain here, they're in this one still leading. Italy in second. Great Britain is very close there behind. And they know that they have some work to do to get back into the number two spot. But timing is definitely important here for Great Britain. Spain is fading. Italy's coming for Spain. So Spain, they are tired here. Let's see. Spain is trying to hold on this final. Great Britain is trying to come around to take it from Italy, but Spain had something left in the tank there. So it's Spain taking this one, followed by Italy. Great Britain, they'll have to wait to see if they get one of those small cues. All right, but it's Spain, then Italy, Great Britain, followed by Belgium, then Brazil, Botswana, and Switzerland. Ovi, I'm just going to come over to you.
Well, a great run there by the Spain team. And Spain has been doing really good today. They have really been representing themselves very well, especially in the women department. They have been doing some good running. So Spain taking this one in 3 minutes 26:25 ahead of Italy in 3 minutes 27:03, and Great Britain in third position there. He tried really hard and came back, but wasn't able to get one of those big cues, Great Britain and Northern Ireland there. So that's what we have for the top three in that one. The other athletes, they will try and regroup and come back tomorrow to see how best they can get one of the cues going forward. But that's what happened. Spain first, Italy coming in second, and that's the latest here from Heat 2. Guys, if you're here with us, thank you to all the persons who have just tuned in. Joshua just coming in, and a warm welcome to Lisa Robert, who has just joined us. We really appreciate having you here. Welcome to Voices in Education. Passing back over to you, my co-host.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So, guys, if you're hearing me in the chat right now, can I get 50 persons? Let us see how this is a big ask because I've been asking for tens and it's not working like as how I would want it to work. Can I get 50 persons to hit the like button? 50 persons, you're here listening. We're 200 plus strong to hit the subscription button. All right, we're trying to see if we can get to that 7K mark on this live. I don't know, but with your help for sure, you are here, you're listening. You're not going to find any video on YouTube in the context. So we're here trying to bring you live updates as best as we can. And the easiest ways to support us is by liking and subscribing. You can also share. If you'd like to get super in the chat, you can do that as well by purchasing a super sticker, or you can become a part of this community by joining, becoming a channel member. But again, the easiest ways to support us is by liking and subscribing. And guess what? It's free to do that. All right. So we hope that you will consider supporting us here as we try to bring you bigger and better programs. Again, welcome one, welcome all. If you're just tuning in, So 50 likes, 50 subscriptions. And as you hit that subscription button, let us know in the chat as well as the like button. So let's go rapid fire 50-50. All right. So we're waiting for this final heat. All right. And in the context here, we should have in 9 Kenya, in 8 South Africa, in 7 Ireland, in 6 Jamaica, in 5 Poland, and in 4 Germany. All right, so again, welcome one, welcome all. So happy to have you guys here with us. So let us see if the rapid fire 50-50 is happening there in the chat. So as you hit that subscription button, you just let me know in the chat. All right. And right now, let us see here. All right. All right. So, Cheryl, I'm not sure what race are you talking about. So that's Cheryl Robinson. Jamaica cannot qualify. Next race best in terms of, I'm not too sure. And Misha is saying, come on, guys, we get the excitement here. Let's support by liking. It doesn't take much. Thank you so much, Misha. Really appreciate that for sure. Yes, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscription button, and let us just continue to grow stronger together. We're almost, 250 strong. All right, so Team Jamaica there being introduced. And thank you guys for hitting the likes. We're over 100. We're over 250 strong, I believe, and going. So will we get to 300 here? Let's see. All right. And Audie, I'm not too sure. Um, oh, I guess you're referring to the team. All right, for Team Jamaica there. All right. So welcome one, welcome all. And sometimes, guys, you have to remember that it's the athletes too. If they're not making themselves available, then you won't have the top um athletes to select. All right, so that's a part of it too. So I was very much appreciative when I see Shelly and Sharika, so and Kishane, very, very much appreciative. And Kishane was in China, so that's good for him because he participated in one Diamond League. Stop there. So it's good to see him there. So hopefully tomorrow we get to see Kishane in action in the 4x1. All right. For that final opportunity for Jamaica to be represented there in Tokyo. So the final heat here is off. So let us see here. All right, so Jamaica, they have started really slowly. All right, in this one with Jodine Williams. So I am not sure what's happening, but Jamaica is really, really at the back here in this one. So I am not too sure what's going on. It's the start, but Jodine Williams of Jamaica not doing well here. All right, so Ireland is leading this one, then South Africa, and then I believe Kenya. All right, so we'll keep you posted in this context. All right, so I'm not too sure what's going on with Jamaica here. And maybe something is wrong. I don't know. But let's just put this into perspective. They'll have tomorrow if they don't make it in this one. All right, so South Africa, then Ireland, Germany, Poland, as they break here. All right, so South Africa here. All right, so South Africa, they are in the number one spot here, followed by Ireland as they go here for the exchange here. All right, so South Africa here, Precious taking that third leg for South Africa. followed by Germany. So Germany now in the number 2 spot, then Ireland. So let us see here what happens as this race continues. Welcome one, welcome all. So it's South Africa, Germany there just behind South Africa. So the handover now into the final leg here is about to happen with South Africa. Ireland is trying to close in here on Germany. And Jamaica, they are struggling in this one. All right, so South Africa here in the number 1 spot, Germany in 2, Ireland, all right, is there in the number 3 spot. So those 3 countries, they're away from the rest of the field at this point. So let's see what happens here. South Africa is still holding on. Germany, let's see what happens. All right, South Africa is finishing strongly here. So let us see here. So South Africa, all right, taking this one, and Germany in second there. Ireland, they'll have to wait to see if their time is good enough. So right now we have Norway and Canada waiting. So we'll see. All right, so it looks like Ireland's time is not enough. All right, based on the times for Norway and I believe Canada. So that's it there. Jamaica, I am not even seeing a time here for Jamaica. So they ended last in this one. Okay, now the time comes in. So they will have to try for tomorrow. Not too sure what was that in the context of Team Jamaica, but it is what it is, guys. And I'm just saying it as it is. All right. So another day for Jamaica, and that will be tomorrow. So let me just, come over to you, Ovi. I'm doing the 4x4. Over to you.
All right, thank you. So a great run there by South Africa. They have set a national record, 3 minutes 20:01 for this um, 4x400 race here. Germany also had a good run, 3 minutes 28:63, and the season best time for them. So the Germans and the South Africans, they have taken the qualifying spots from this race. And Ireland coming in third place, 3 minutes 30:06. They have also run a season best. So that's what's happening here. So the Jamaican team, I'm not sure what has happened so far, but one thing for sure, Janine Williams wasn't up to her 100% best. She had at the back of one of her legs taped, so I'm wondering if she was 100% fit or she felt something, while she was running, but she wasn't pushing any at all in terms of to be in competing with the other athletes, so to speak. But if she had an injury, I have to give her credit for completing the race because it started out from early in the race. I was wondering why the Jamaican athlete there wasn't pushing, but she didn't have any momentum any at all and must have felt something right at the beginning of the race. Hopefully, she did not do that injury if one is there, so to speak, any damage or anything like that. But they weren't in the race any at all, Jamaica, for this one, and we hope that tomorrow things will be better as it relates to this race. So that's what has happened in that one. But just to give you a synopsis of this one, South Africa, Germany, they have qualified from this one, and Jamaica will have to try again tomorrow. Thank you guys for sticking and staying with us. Please Please drop your comments in the chat. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share here with us. We really appreciate you guys sticking and staying with us. Coming over to you, my co-host.
All right, so we're moving on to the men's 4x4. All right, 100 relays here. And as you can see in heat one, all right, Jamaica comes up in this one. So in lane nine, we'll have China. In lane eight, South Africa. Lane seven, Spain. Lane six, Germany. Lane five, Jamaica. And lane four, Australia. All right. So in the context of Jodine Williams, I mean, if she is feeling I guess, an injury. And it appears if you see that tape that you're mentioning there, Ovi, then it means that something is going on. So I am wondering what is happening with Team Jamaica. Is it that athletes are not feeling well? Is it that the rain and perhaps the temperature? And Ovi, if you can you find out what the temperature is like in Guangzhou? I believe that's how it's called, China. And, for us to kind of get some reference point as to, what is happening. All right, but it is what it is. They'll get the opportunity to try that tomorrow. And, I have mixed views about the relays. So I appreciate the athletes who are going there and showing up because sometimes the top athletes that we can that will give us the opportunity to represent, to be represented well, they're not available. But what I have a problem is when we have, athletes who go there and they try their best but they don't get that opportunity to run in the final like at the Olympic Games or the World Championships. So we need to balance that narrative as well. And so it's important for the top athletes to show up. And then I don't know too if it's a situation with J Trace, because we're here last year and we talked about this. And so I know that J Trace, they're perhaps going to get another beating from this one. So for sure, we'll keep you posted in the context of those updates if they're available. So in this one, we have Xavier Brown starting for Jamaica, Zandrian Barnes, Rasheen McDonald, and then Therese Roden. All right, so we'll see what happens in this one. All right, so yeah, we'll wait. We're waiting for this start here. And guys, remember to like and subscribe. All right, let's get to 7K. I would love to celebrate that milestone with you here today. And we'll be back tomorrow for sure. And welcome, Erica. Yes, Jamaica came last in that one. All right. So let's see if the men they'll make up for what happened with the women. All right, so it's a 4x4 here. But all right, so let's see here. All right, so Jamaica here. They're going strongly in this one, but let's see what happens. All right, so China running very hard in this one. All right, so China, South Africa, Jamaica. So let's see here. All right, so Barnes of Jamaica takes the baton. He has some work to do if Jamaica is going to have a spot here. All right, so welcome one, welcome all. So South Africa, then Spain, China, Jamaica. All right, so again, welcome one, welcome all. So Jamaica now trying to make a move here. All right, to hand over in the number 2 spot here. So good there from Barnes, but it's Rasheen McDonald. So let's see. So let's see what happens here for Team Jamaica. So South Africa, Jamaica, then Spain, China, Australia, then Germany. All right, so Rashid McDonald there is trying to surpass the South African, but not so today. He needs to save his energy because right now he is fading, and perhaps that was not the best move there from McDonald to try to get around the South African. Now he fades into the number 4 spot. All right, so here we go again. So lots of work left here for Roden to do of Jamaica to get in the number 2 spot. Will it happen for Jamaica in this one, or will they have to come back for tomorrow? All right, we'll find out in a few seconds, I suppose. So it's South Africa, Spain, China, Jamaica, and look at China now, and they're getting the support from the crowd. China is coming ahead of Spain. Spain is trying to hold on. Look at the Chinese go. China, 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 China! Oh my word! China gets it, and what a way to get a qualifying time at home for the Chinese. So it's South Africa taking this one, China in second, Spain next in the number 3 spot, Jamaica in the number 4 spot. They'll have to come back. China, Spain, they'll wait to see what happens, and perhaps Jamaica, but we'll see. All right, so let's see here, Jamaica and Spain. There's some things moving here. So really, all right, this looks like Germany is getting ahead of Spain and Jamaica. So we'll just wait until this is really finalized. So now Spain is in the number 3 spot. Germany is in 4. Jamaica in 5. So no way Jamaica here is going to make it on time. So they'll have to come back tomorrow. That's my assessment here based on what I have seen. And so China for sure in the number 2 spot, but getting that queue in front of their home crowd is definitely fantastic. So all right, Cheryl, you can still listen to me, man. Listen to me. All right, I see your audio there. All right, Mindset, I see you as well. Wells, welcome. And guys, it is what it is. Remember, tomorrow, they say maybe tomorrow may be greater. It's just that they perhaps won't get a good lane if they should qualify, but they'll have to make do with what they have. All right. So far, Jamaica have a few runs to do tomorrow. So, Avi, let me just come over to you.
Yes, Jamaica will be up and running tomorrow for sure, I tell you. So just to go back to this race here, the first heat of the 4 by 400 meters, it's South Africa who takes the world leading time, 3 minutes flat. We're ahead of China, who takes the second qualifying spot in 3:01:87, and is Spain that came in with the third position there. Jamaica, they competed, I would say, in this one. I am a little bit concerned with the method that McDonald took. They were in second position, and McDonald made the move on the back stretch there. And based on the little that I know about athletics, you want to make that move coming off the final curve, heading into the home stretch. So he made that move a little bit too early. He didn't have the strength to pass that South African who was probably just pacing himself nicely. And as soon as McDonald came up on his shoulders, he shook him off. And that was it for McDonald. He faded from second place to fourth position. And the Jamaican team, they will have to come and do it again tomorrow. But some good performances here, as my co-host expressed. The Chinese team, they ran a season best for the second qualifying spot behind South Africa. They were boosted by the crowd, and it's so good to see them doing well. So that's what we have here. Guys, continue to stick and stay with the athletes from Jamaica. We have to support them, win, lose, or draw. We have to show them support when they're not doing, their best. We're going to support them right through it, and we encourage you to stick and stay here with us. Continue to hit the like button, subscription button, and turn your post notification on. Back over to you, Michael.
All right, fantastic. So in the next heat here, we have Ireland in 9, Botswana in 8, Netherlands in 7, Brazil in 6, Zambia in 5, and Portugal in 4. All right, so we'll definitely see what happens in the context of this one. All right, and for sure, we should expect a strong finish, I believe, from Botswana. So we'll see what happens here in this one. Welcome all. If you're just tuning in, come on, guys, please remember to hit the like button and the subscription button. I am not the one who selected the teams, all right? So no need to not listen to us anymore. And please remember to like and subscribe. We win some and we lose some. It's life. But I understand the sentiments, being shared for the most part in the chat and the disappointment. So I get that too. All right. So again, welcome one, welcome all. And I don't know, but Ovi, I'm going to throw this over to you. I think you need to share that joke with us if you can, by the way. But over to you for a little bit.
Yeah, it's just good to see the comment persons that are sharing their thoughts in the chat, and it's good to see us showing the passion and the love that we have for this sport. And we're going to continue to support the athletes as they continue to move into their season. So let's continue to support them going forward.
All right, fantastic. So we're waiting for this second heat to get on its way. And I can see the heat in the chat for sure. It's fiery. All right. So all right, so we'll definitely see. All right. All right. So we'll definitely see. And it's okay to share, guys. I understand, but we'll dust ourselves off and we'll come again tomorrow. All right. When we'll try to see Team Jamaica. For sure, mindset. I get it. I get it. I get it. And that's a part of it. Constructive criticism. Yeah, and that's what some athletes don't want. But as long as you're being respectful about it, that's fine. All right, so Botswana here. All right, leading this one. Brazil in second. Netherlands next. All right, so let's see here. Botswana, and I have them for the favorite in this one. They have a good team. So Botswana, and then it looks here Brazil, Zambia, Portugal. All right, so we'll see what happens as they break. Welcome one, welcome all. So this is the second leg here. All right, so Botswana, they're leading. All right, so justice there on that second leg for Botswana. Leading there, Brazil, Portugal, the Netherlands. They're trying to finish strongly here. All right, Botswana, Brazil, Portugal. That's the order right now. And Ovi is not a favorite today, so you'll have to come again tomorrow. All right, so I can tell you that much. You'll have to try again tomorrow because you're not a favorite here. Botswana leading this one. You're not a favorite today, so you have to try again tomorrow, Ovi. Botswana, then Brazil. All right, Portugal is coming hard there. Storming is Portugal. And will Botswana hold on? No, Portugal. They're going to make the change first here. So let's see here. Portugal, Botswana, Brazil. And I know Botswana, they're not going to give up on this one. So Botswana and Portugal. So Portugal, Botswana, they're very close here. So let's see what happens in this one. So let's see here. All right, so Portugal, Botswana. All right, so Portugal, so Botswana here trying to make a move on the curve, as Ovi would say, very strategic there. And Botswana there takes the lead and is winning this one. And Botswana win this one, followed by Portugal in second. All right, and Brazil appears to be in the number 3 spot here. All right, and then followed by Netherlands in the number 4 spot. Then it looks to be Zambia, then Ireland, I believe. So I am going to go over to Ovi because Ovi has to come back tomorrow because he's not the favorite. He's not a favorite for today. So he'll definitely have to come back tomorrow. What did you guys say in the chat? Ovi, over to you.
All right, thank you, guys. Thank you so much, my co-host. I'll have to ask you guys if I should come back tomorrow because, as you rightly said, I'm not getting much of the love here right now. But being the sport that I am, I'm going to come back out and compete tomorrow because I might not have won today, but tomorrow is another day and it might be my day tomorrow. So there's only one way to find out is to come out and perform. And that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to encourage the Jamaican athletes to do as well because we're coming out for our cue. But a great run here by Botswana. They controlled the race for the almost its entirety, and they were able to take this one really well. So Botswana getting the qualifier spot there in 3 minutes 01:23 ahead of Portugal and Brazil. So some good performances coming in. It's good to see the likes of Portugal and Brazil too coming forth in terms of, not soccer this time, but in terms of track and field. And that's great as track and field continues to grow. As we continue to grow here on this platform, and make sure you're contributing here on this platform. Make sure that we are represented here. Let us put our best foot forward. Let us hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscription button, and turn our post notification on so that you can see and hear from me tomorrow as well. Make sure you're here with us as we continue to support our team going forward. I really appreciate having you guys here. Coming back over to you, my co-host. I know you will be here tomorrow because
Absolutely. I'm running in the final. All right. So, yes, guys, thank you so much. And mindset, I was not my comment was not directed to you to say that, you're not being respectful. I was just saying, we can criticize as long as we do it in a respectful way. And it's okay for us to be disappointed. And I definitely understand how we feel. And so, from this vantage point, I have to hold it together, right? Because I have to give you the results, and we have people tuned in from all over the world, wanting updates. So, I understand the feeling like I just want, just lock off everything and just, go on my bed, go sleep, yeah, man. When I wake up so early for, I get it. I get it. But we're still here. We're in it to win it, right? But, it's just unfortunate at this point. And I do understand the sentiments. And I do understand the fact that we're going to hear some people are going to tear we down. All right. And I guess some of you are going to wait for Oral Tracy and all those Otto. Lord Jesus. I can just imagine what he might be saying there. I'm not too sure. So if anybody has any updates on those, you can let us know. All right. But it's happening there in China. All right. And let me see here. I see comments in here from Faye, from Audio Yulene. All right. And Mindset is still here, so thank you guys. And Mindset is saying, just listen out for everything track. Coach Rob, Attobold, and people like Michael Johnson. Oh my God. All right. All right, Cheryl. I'm not sure, Cheryl, what you're saying there. All right. Oh, yes, sir, we don't. But other countries in it, and we want to see the finals. Remember, Shelly, them gone through. All right. So let's see what happens with that. All right. And Faye uh, relays with the twins. So we have something to look forward to. Exactly. All right. Mindset. Okay. That's how we keep it real over here in a mindset. We keep it real. We keep it real. All right, Faye. I hope you get back the vibes. All right. It's not over until it's over, right? So we'll wait for tomorrow, where the relays are concerned, to make our final, but for sure, some disappointing performances today. All right, so let's take a look at this next heat. All right, in lane 9, Mexico. Hola a todos. In lane 8, Qatar. Lane 7, Belgium. Lane 6, Italy. Lane 5, Great Britain. Lane 4, Senegal. All right. So, welcome one, welcome all. So happy to have you guys here with us. All right. So, as we get this next eat on its way here, all right. I'm just so happy that you guys are still here with us. Ensure that you hit the like button. Are we at 150 likes yet? All right. And remember, guys, we're trying to get to that mark. So hit that subscription button. All right. So the athletes here settling in their blocks. And I can tell you, you guys giving Ovi a laugh of his life here for sure. I can hear him cracking up. But right now, this other heat is about to get cracking. All right, and they're off. All right, so clean start there. And I'll definitely keep you posted in the context of this heat. All right. And Mindset, thank you so much. And you're lovely too. And I suspect that you're going to give us a call as soon as we open the lines because we want to hear from you. All right. And I understand Mindset. So Mindset, from your perspective, you would rather Jamaica not being there as opposed to giving what you would say embarrassing performances. All right. I get that totally. All right. So let's see here. Qatar, then Italy, then Belgium. So that's the order here in this one. All right. So Qatar, Belgium, Italy, as they come for the break here. So let's see here as they cross over. Belgium looks to be in the lead here. No, as they cross over, then Qatar, followed by Italy, then Great Britain. All right, so Great Britain, if they're going to, get into this one, they have some work to do here, and the work has to be done very early. All right, so Qatar coming back there to hand over in the first place there. So they came back very quickly there. So it's Qatar, then Belgium, then Italy, then Great Britain. But very close there with those top 4 countries. So we'll see. And Great Britain, they must understand that there is work to be done as they start to make the move here. Great Britain is now in the number 3 spot, I believe. Let's see, or 4. So we'll keep you posted here. Qatar, all right, Belgium, and Great Britain. So Great Britain now doing this changeover pretty quickly, perhaps in the number 1 or 2 spot here. So Great Britain getting themselves back into the competition here. So Great Britain is leading out. Then we have Qatar, then Belgium, and it's Great Britain and Qatar running side by side. Belgium is joining them, and passing them, some fumbling there as the athletes, and I'm hoping that no one will fall. So it's Belgium, Great Britain. Great Britain now coming back for Belgium. All right, Belgium trying to hold on. Qatar does not seem to have the strength here. So it's between Great Britain and Belgium, right on the line. Great Britain, Belgium. It's so close. That's going to be a photo separation. But right now, it looks like Belgium is getting the win here. Then Great Britain, and I love the fact that the athletes there, they hugged each other at the end there. And then it looks like Qatar, they'll have to wait to see if they'll move forward in the context of time, followed by Italy, then Mexico, and the athlete there from Qatar, an athlete there is down, so hopefully he will be okay. All right, so again, Belgium, Great Britain, Qatar, Italy, then Mexico there, and I am going to just up over to you, Ovi. Talk to us.
I'm a little tentative speaking over here now, but yes, a good race run here by the Belgians. They did really well, and Qatar had the most of this race controlled in the early stages, but they weaved themselves back into contention, and they were able to take this one. Great Britain getting the second qualifying spot. A good run by the third leg athlete, I believe, closed down the lead that was ahead of them and put them in pole position to qualify. So Great Britain taking second place in 3 minutes, 3 minutes 01:38, and Qatar closing out the top three with 3 minutes 03:97. But based on the name of the athlete from Belgium who took them home, the other countries I'm sure wouldn't be able to compete against him. His name is Doom, so he really made sure that Belgium was able to take this one at home. So that was a really good run there by the Belgium team as we look forward for the final heat in this one. So thank you guys for sticking and staying. We really appreciate you being here with us. Back over to you, my co-host.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much. So, guys, as we wait for the next heat here, all right, I am kindly asking you to hit that like button. Let's get the likes up to 150. I believe we can do that, as well as hit the subscription button. And I see that the chat there is still, buzzing, which is fantastic. All right. Jacette, I see you there in the chat. Cheryl is still there. Faye. Joseph, all right. I like that comment, Joseph. Trinidad, they didn't show up. So, such man not supposed to have anything to say. All right. I hear you. All right, Mindset is still here with us as well. All right, so we're here and we're just waiting for the final heat. All right, so the final heat in this one, we should see, let's go to lane 9 here. We should see India, Poland, the USA, Kenya. So India in 9, Poland in 8, USA in 7, Kenya in 6, France in 5, and Zimbabwe in 4. All right, so that's the final heat. Welcome one, welcome all. So happy to have you guys here with us. All right, so again, welcome, welcome, welcome. So it's the final event, all right, of the evening. All right, so we'll see what happens, and it's the final heat. All right, so tomorrow bright and early, I'm gonna make sure I'm setting the alarm clock and wake up here and come right back. But for you to do that, you need to ensure that you hit the subscription button. All right, so subscribe, Tap that bell, select all so that you do not miss any updates. So subscribe and turn on your post notification. All right. And before you leave, ensure that you hit the like button, the subscription button, and share. Tell a friend to tell another friend about the voices in education. All right. So we'll see what happens in this one for sure. All right, so let's see. Team USA is there and they want to book their spot. All right, so welcome one, welcome all. About 6 o'clock Jamaica time, guys. It's early. All right, thanks for asking, Erica. Matthew, welcome. All right. Come on, you better hear it live than get updates because you're going to get the updates anyway. All right, Cheryl? Whether it painful or whether it good, so might as well get it live rather than delayed. All right, understand, man. Our take, you know. All right, get it. So come on, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscription button, and let us just continue to grow stronger together. So can you imagine sometimes when we have to be containing ourselves? On this side. So I understand. It is what it is, though, you know. And I know Ovi and I, we're going to have a chat about this. It's just that sometimes, you know, we just chat. And then if sometimes we just go live when we chat, then you would see how rich the discussions are. But it is what it is. That may not be captured, but we're here to update you. All right, so this final heat is off. All right, so we'll definitely see what happens here. All right, so USA running hard, and we'll definitely keep you posted here. So India on the outside there. Poland is out there. USA in 7 running hard. So it looks like India, Kenya, USA. So we'll see what happens as they change over here. First changeover. So it looks like Kenya, then the USA, then France. So Kenya, France, USA, followed by Zimbabwe. All right, so USA, they need to get this work done early if they're going to be in the top 2. All right, so Kenya, France, Zimbabwe. So USA has faded into the number 4 spot here. All right, so let's see what happens here. Kenya. So USA is trying to come back, but still in the number 4 spot. So Kenya, they hand over first here. So it looks like Kenya here, then France. So we'll definitely see here what happens. USA is in the number 4 spot. They have work to do. All right, so we'll see what happens if USA can get back into this race. All right, so it's Kenya, then France, and France is trying to overpass, and they do pass Kenya here. So it's a final changeover, I believe, here. So Adrian here on the final leg for France. So Kenya there. All right. And USA, they have work to do. They're now in the number 3 spot. Will they get back in this one? Or perhaps they're running to get one of those small cues. So France, Kenya, USA is running hard. It's France. Kenya. Will USA get back in this one? Kenya is trying to hold on. USA is coming. Kenya, can Kenya keep up? Kenya recognize what is happening here, and Kenya is running. So USA, they'll have to wait to see if they get one of those small cues. All right, so we'll see in a little bit, and we'll be able to update you in a little bit. All right, so it's France, Kenya, USA. All right, and that's the context there. All right, so will that be enough for Team USA for one of those automatic qualifying time? And if not, they'll have to come back tomorrow. All right, so we'll see what happens. All right, so welcome one, welcome all. So happy to have you guys here with us. If you're just tuning in, please remember to hit the like button, the share button, and of course the subscription button. So Ovi, I am going to hop over to you for this one.
All right, no problem. A nice race here. U.S. put under immense pressure in this one. I'm sure they went in this one with with the favorite tag on them. But Kenya, they managed most of the race, and they ended up qualifying in second place. But France, they ran a brilliant race, timed it to perfection, and they closed this one out in 3 minutes 0030. So closing that one out in all threes and zeros there. Kenya taking the second spot, 3 minutes 0088, and US in third position in 3 minutes 0123. And it was a good performance by the French team. Kenya did really, really well here. US is waiting for their fate to be decided, or they might be coming back tomorrow to run and qualify. So let's see how that part works out. But a good race, all things being equal, a good race overall. So we really appreciate the athletes going out there and putting in some work. As we appreciate all the persons who have stick and stayed here with us, we really appreciate you being here. We totally love your comments that are coming over. I'm enjoyed reading through those. And guys, comment, please hit the thumbs up button, hit the like button before you go, and turn your post notification on so tomorrow when you wake up, when you decide to join, you'll know if we're up and running, and we definitely want you to be here with us. So thank you for sticking and staying. Back over to you, Michael.
All right, fantastic, fantastic. So I just shared the WhatsApp number in the chat there. So just some quick calls, guys. So, if you'd like to call in and, just share briefly with us. All right, we ask that once you're calling, you turn off your YouTube feed and you keep it real and respectful. All right, so if you know you can't manage the kitchen, or how does that one go, Ovi? If you can't manage to eat, you stay out of the kitchen. All right, because the one are really hot, boy. May I tell you, hot in so many ways. But if you're able to give us a call, we would love to hear your voice because it's not just, my voice, it's our voices. So again, welcome one, welcome all. All right, so while we wait to see if we're going to get any calls, all right, I just really want to thank you guys so much for, joining us, for, sharing there in the chat, for liking, for subscribing. We really, really appreciate it. So thank you so, so much. All right, so I am just watching the line and let's just take this call. Hello, caller, you're live.
Hello there, voices.
Hi, how are you?
I'm Lord, that's a tricky question. That's a tricky question at this juncture, voices. but I'm doing okay, man. I'm doing okay. I mean, we have to learn to take the good with the bad, really.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your excellent coverage, as usual, and Ovi also. Um, Even though sometimes Ovi, sometimes Ovi is just, I think Ovi is upsetting me, man, because listen, we don't have to rationalize some of these things that we're doing. You see, my point is, if I'm a practical person, voices, and I think I'm not saying that we shouldn't be at the trials then, at the world release. I'm saying that if there's a particular event
Right.
that we think we don't have the we don't have the people, we don't have fit enough athletes. If athletes are not healthy, or we don't have the caliber of participants that we need for particular events, we should probably consider not entering the event at all, because if you don't enter the event, so you won't have anybody running in at the World Games, at the finals, at the final mark. But if you send athletes that are not up to par, you still won't make the grade. You still won't be involved in the final running, because people will come last.
Yeah,
And
so mindset. So mindset, I get that. So I guess in your view, you would rather Jamaica not be there in the context of representation, as opposed to, let's say, giving some young athletes the experience. So how would you go about that part? So let's say this is an opportunity for some young athletes to get the experience, or is it the case that you're so concerned because you know that we have better athletes who could have been there?
yeah, because all right. So if I knew that if the J3As made a public note of it, that we are short on, or that our elite athletes, or athletes that are considered at a certain level, cannot be, they probably are at a point in their program, because most of the clubs, um like the MVPs of this world, they want to get their athletes to be peaked at for the world champs, for the Olympics, and so on. So might be when these meets come up, the athletes aren't at a level where they can be competing at a high level, because their training is just not there as yet. So if the J3As is making a point of putting in school athletes, champs, leavers, young athletes. They should make a point of it. They should say these things. But I don't think that's what they're doing. Rashid McDonald, the way he ran on that 400-meter leg a while ago, it's not acceptable. Rashid is almost a veteran athlete by now. What kind of a leg that did you run? And it's not even a case that we are watching our junior athletes. That's not the case. We're sending people where the general populace is to believe that we're going to compete. That's what is happening here. And this level of representation is just not acceptable for a nation like Jamaica.
Get it.
I heard somebody in the chat mention that Atto should probably be quiet, because Trinidad is a no show. Trinidad is not at the meet at all. But maybe Trinidad is thinking like me. Probably they are thinking like what I'm thinking like. Probably they don't have the athletes at this time
They don't have
in the
a
kind of
team.
form. Say again, what?
They don't have a relative.
They don't have a real team, so they just don't send anybody. But I'm sure they could find 4 people from Trinidad to send down to the meet. But probably they just don't want to send any 4 people who are going to represent Trinidad and come last. So they don't send anybody. And I can't fault them for that approach. So my take on it, if we don't have people who can compete, at least, because this is not competing. If we don't have people who can compete, then just say you pass this one. You pass up on this one. And not the whole meet, but in particular events. If we don't have people who can compete in particular events and represent the country on a good enough scale, then we should just not compete at all.
All right. So
That's my
could it be a case mindset? So maybe tomorrow it could be a case where, but I would want to think that's not the case though, where they have some better athletes who they're going to feed in tomorrow, but they were just trying to see if Jamaica could qualify without putting the pressure on the athletes.
Well, I like the optimism. And that's why I say you're a consummate professional. And parochials like me, I can't compare myself to you where it comes to these things. I'm probably just not as professional as you are. But
No,
I
just
hear the
thinking of
thought.
just thinking of different perspectives, that's all. Different voices,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, man. I understand what you're saying, voices, and that's good reasoning because that might very well be the case. I don't have the background knowledge of what's going on in the camp. So probably what you're saying is absolutely right. And I guess that would make some of us on the fan base feel a bit better. We were just sort of experimenting with more junior or lesser athletes to see if we could use them to qualify and then use our bigger guns, so to speak, to run in the where it comes to the business end of the meet. I hope that is the case.
Yeah, I'm gonna
you
try.
know, so,
I'm gonna try and see if I can pull up the list when we're done talking. I don't know if Ovi can. Just try, because they publish a list, so I need to just double check that to see the names on it. But I get you.
Yes, man. If you guys can do some checks, then we're on and we're listening and we'd appreciate it. But we're here. We're not running away from supporting our country and so on. But I just think that we need to put up better representation, and if we can't, then we shouldn't enter some of these races.
Get you. Point taken.
All right, voices.
All right. Big up
Thank you.
yourself, mindset. Thanks for calling in.
Yes, man. No problem, man. No problem.
All right, so mindset there. Thank you so much for calling, and thank you so much for keeping it real and respectful. So we're here, and I'm going to see if we can check, but we have been here all morning, and for some of us, it's not the best morning. But guess what? It can be brighter and better tomorrow. All right, so let me just quickly look in the chat here. And Judith, yes, tomorrow. All right, so if the teams do not qualify, they get another opportunity to qualify tomorrow. All right, so we'll see, but perhaps just like 2 spots available tomorrow. All right, and Lisa, all right, see you there. And Lisa and Yulene, all right, thanks for responding there. And Lisa is saying I have some Trini blood. All right. So Lisa, I see you. And Yulin is saying that does that make sense? You should try to qualify on the first go and get it out of the way. And that is definitely A good point there. All right, Yulene, but just putting forward, arguments, suggestions in the context of what could have unfolded. Avi, any updates on the list there? All right, so we're still checking that out. And Ovi, I don't know if you would like to come on in while I just do some checks on my end here to see if I can quickly pull that up. All right, so I'm going to go over to Ovi right now, guys.
All right. Thank you so much. And thank you for the call. Thank you guys for being here with us. We're hoping to hear from a few other persons, real quick to share your thoughts on this one. But, not 100% happy with how the performances went today for the Jamaicans. But, we still have to hold on to whatever we have left in terms of them qualifying tomorrow because that's really important going forward. So hopefully they'll will get a better performance tomorrow. As Grandma would say, one or dead the dash rest. So we're going to see if tomorrow we can pick up the pieces and do well. Hopefully they will be able to give us, more smiles tomorrow, and that's what we really and truly want. But let's continue to support the athletes as they go forward. I know for a fact that they didn't go out there wanting to do their worst, and they have given it their best. It might not have been what they wanted, but let's see exactly how things go tomorrow. I'm coming back over to you, Mike.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So, on the note of the list, I am going to pull it up so that we can, know who is in there. All right. So, in this context, all right. So, for the women, so in the context of 4x100 relays, including the mixed relays, the names that we have here based on the J trees list here: Nisha Berger, Tia Clayton, Tina Clayton, Serena Cole, Sharika Jackson, Natasha Morrison, Shelly-Ann Fraser Price, Alana Reed, and Crystal Slowly. All right, so we heard some of these names. All right, in the men, all right, 4x100, including the mixed relays. The names that we have: Akeem Blake, Yohan Blake, Julian Fort, Rashid Foster, Brian Level, Javari Thomas, Kishane Thompson, Rowan Watson. So I was wondering, why Brian Level, for example, wasn't a part of this one. And I suspect we'll see some changes for tomorrow. So that is why I was saying perhaps, they were strategizing, which sometimes you want to strike the iron when it's hot. All right, so let's take, for example, the names that we have for the 4x400 meters relays, and this include the mixed relays: Shanna K. Anderson, Kellyanne Beckford, Ronisha McGregor, Cheyenne Salmon. So think about Cheyenne Salmon tomorrow in that. Rhonda White, Jodine Williams, Stacey Ann Williams. So we did not see Stacey, and I am not sure if these athletes all showed up. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But for sure, Cheyenne and Stacey Ann Williams definitely would make a difference in the 4x4. All right, over on the men's side, we have Zandrian Barnes, Javier Brown, Demar Francis, Malik James King. Definitely would make a difference there. Delana Kennedy, Rasheen McDonald, Tyrese Roden. So those are the names that I have here, guys. So you see that there are a few athletes there mentioned who we perhaps could come back tomorrow. So we'll definitely see what happens in that context. All right. So we'll be here tomorrow again about the same time, 6 o'clock Jamaica time. So you want to ensure that you're turning on your post notification. All right, let me just refresh the chat here to see if there or any new comments in the chat. But again, we really appreciate the support. We really appreciate the love. We ask that you hit that subscription button, hit the like button before you leave. All right, so on this note, I am not seeing any new comments in the chat. And guys, please, we're trying to get to that 7K mark. We still have a few more to go, perhaps about 70 or so subscriptions to get there. If you have not yet hit that subscription button, please do that. And also remember to hit that like button. We really appreciate you. So, right now, I'm going to go to some music and we're pretty much winding down. So we're going to sign out. But before I do that, I'm going to do one final roll call. Roll call. So drop the country. And if you are Jamaican, please, no matter Vix, drop Jamaica with the black, green, and gold. All right. So drop the name of the country and the flag. So let us know where you're tuning from and or who you're representing the country. All right, so it's time for the track and some roll call. So please comment in the chat. All right, country name and flag, and let's do this. All right, like and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. All right, fantastic. I see that the heat is still there. So, Joseph, that's Parchment. Jamaica win, lose, or draw. Yulene tuned in from Barbados. So, fantastic mindset. I see you there. And Matthew, thank you so much for this update. All right, really appreciate it. So, Matthew is sharing there that Jamaica's technical leader, so that's Mark Elliott, shared that quarter milers. So Stacey and Williams and Cheyenne Salmon, I guess they're not there in China, or perhaps they're not going to be participating. So thank you so much for that update. So guys, we're 6 likes away from 150. So Ovi, we're going to call this one, and I'm just going to come back over to you quickly for a final comment.
All right, Gam, thank you so much. Just want to say thanks to all the persons who came out and supported us. We really appreciate you being here with us, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow as well. Make sure you take good care of yourself, and God be with you as we continue to support our athletes. Have a great one.
All right, fantastic. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Ovi, thank you so much. I know that you'll be competing tomorrow. So I definitely look forward to you competing, showing up and showing off tomorrow, of course, because you're getting another opportunity to do so. All right, guys, I just want to say blessings and love everyone. And remember, the race is not for the swift, but for those who can endure to the end. Or they say, today for me, tomorrow for you. All right, one a dead, no dash away. All right, so let us come back tomorrow, proud and strong. Jamaica, we say, let us see what we can get out of tomorrow, guys. And then, if we not get nothing, then you cuss, all right? But I understand the disappointment. So I am going to validate your feelings today because I had to hold it, all right? So I totally get it. Thank you so much, Mindset, for calling in. Really appreciate the call. And again, blessings and love, everyone. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, or perhaps later when some discussion pop up. We might just do a quick pop up live and just start the things them. But for now, Ovi and I, we're going to have a conversation. All right. So blessings and love, everyone. And yeah, I need to drink some tea too. All right, so all them sup me, like and subscribe, guys. Again, we really appreciate the love and support. And let me just do one quick check in here in the chat. All right, let me just refresh here to see if there is anything new in the chat here. All right, no new comments. So again, blessings and love, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now. Take care, everyone.